I knew something was wrong before I even opened the envelope. No name, no address, just a single sentence printed in cold black ink. This wasn't for you. At first I thought it was a mistake. Someone else's mail, maybe. But the paper felt heavier than normal, almost deliberate, like it had been waiting for the exact moment I touched it. And in the corner, nearly invisible unless the light shifted, there was a small symbol pressed into the surface like a quiet warning I wasn't meant to understand. I should have thrown it away. Instead, I opened it. That night, the words wouldn't leave my head. If it wasn't meant for me, then who was it meant for? The question followed me from room to room, turning silence into something uncomfortable. Even the sound of the clock felt louder, like time itself was paying attention. The next morning, another envelope appeared outside my door. Same paper, same symbol. Inside was a photograph of a man standing across the street from my apartment building. His face blurred, posture still. Hands hidden in his pockets as if he had been waiting there for hours. On the back, a new message. You opened it anyway. That's when curiosity turned into fear. I checked the hallway cameras. Nothing. No deliveries, no strangers. The footage showed an empty corridor, yet the envelope had been there. It was as if the messages appeared only when I noticed them, like they were following my attention. Days passed and more envelopes arrived. Some contained fragments of conversations I didn't remember having. Others looked like pages torn from someone's journal, filled with sentences that sounded familiar but incomplete. One envelope held an email printed on thin paper, sent from my own address, but dated weeks in the future. Sleep became impossible after that. Every sound felt closer than it should. Footsteps from other apartments echoed like they were right outside my door. And the symbol from the envelopes began appearing in strange places, scratched lightly into walls, reflected in dark glass, hidden inside patterns I'd walked past 100 times before. Then came the black box. No envelope this time. Just a small recorder waiting silently on the floor outside my apartment. My hands hesitated before pressing play, as if part of me already knew what I was about to hear. Static filled the room. And then, my own voice. I know you think this is a mistake, it said calmly. But if you're hearing this, you ignored the warning again. I froze. You weren't supposed to get involved. None of this was meant for you. But you kept opening the envelopes, and now they know you exist. The message ended with a whisper that barely sounded human. Stop before it reaches you. That night, I noticed the symbol carved into my apartment door. Fresh, deep, impossible to ignore. The edges looked new, like someone had traced the mark slowly while I slept only a few meters away. The envelopes weren't random anymore. They felt like a timeline, each one arriving closer to something I couldn't see yet, something moving slowly toward me. While I tried to pretend nothing was changing, I tried to stop opening them. I left one untouched for hours, pretending it wasn't there. But curiosity is louder than fear. And eventually I gave in again. Inside was a blank sheet of paper, except when I held it against the light, hidden words appeared. You're almost where you shouldn't be. Since then, the hallway feels different, quieter, like the building itself is listening. Sometimes I catch shadows moving under my door, but when I look outside, there's nothing there. Just silence, and the faint smell of paper lingering in the air. Yesterday, another envelope arrived, larger, heavier, still unopened. It's sitting on my desk right now, and sometimes I think I can hear something shifting inside it, like paper, each moving even when no one is there. I don't know if it's fear or curiosity anymore, but every time I walk past it, I feel like it's waiting for me to make the same mistake again. The first note said, "This wasn't for me." For a moment, I thought about leaving the apartment and never coming back. I even picked up my keys and stood by the door, listening to the silence on the other side. But something kept me there. Not courage, not logic, just the feeling that walking away wouldn't really end anything. The envelopes had already crossed a line I couldn't see, and wherever I went, the memory of that symbol would probably follow. Sometimes I wonder if the messages were never meant to warn me at all, but to slowly make me part of something I still don't understand. But lately, it feels like it always was.